People out here buying these cars, paying $1,000 a month. It's just ridiculous. 25% of all people buying a new car trading in the car with about $6,500 of negative equity. That is so stupid.
For some reason in the past like 5 years, it's just seen as okay for people to pay up to $1,000 a month for their car payments. And I mean, when you really break it down, this is something that's going to be sitting outside, immediately depreciates in value, and is relatively buying at the high, especially if you're buying right now.
What's your car payment?
$744.
Hey Chuck, what's your car payment?
$726.
What's your car payment?
$600 a month.
How much is your car payment?
Like $1,000.
Jose, what's your car payment?
Like $935.
What's your car payment?
I actually don't have a car payment right now.
How much is your car payment?
$700.
How much is your car payment?
Got it for free from my mom. How much is your car payment?
$700.
How much is your car payment?
$400.
How much is your car payment?
$415.
What's your car payment?
Well, I got an electric Blazer for $469 a month.
How much is your car payment?
$1,080.
All right, now, don't get me wrong. I've seen so many of these videos recently, and I truly believe it's car dealers or car dealerships trying to normalize spending $900, $1,000 for a car. Realistically, I truly don't believe people are paying this much for a car. I've paid my car off over a decade. It's a 2008 Honda Accord, and it still runs. Nothing's wrong with it. I've even learned some of the maintenance basics, you know, changing your oil, changing your brakes, making sure that I can change my own rotors. Like, there's certain things that I didn't know before having this car, and doing that has just made it last longer. I upgraded the Bluetooth system, so now I can connect my phone. There's a lot of things that I see in the new cars that, I mean, realistically, they had like 10 years ago, so I don't have an itch to buy a new car. Now, don't get me wrong, you could probably be one of those car people that wants to have, you know, new auto parts, you want the fancy car, but to me, someone that just wants my car to get me safely from A to B, from work to back, maybe an occasional road trip, I don't care about all that. I literally just care about it being functionally for what I want to use. I mean, at this point, I don't care. I want a Prius. I want something that's going to get me like, you know, 50 to 100 miles per gallon, as long as I get there safely. It's just the overall craziness of an overpriced car. For some reason, people think it's normal. And it's not just the price that's increasing for these cars, it's also the term loan option, which I saw something like a 96-month or a 9-year option lease, which, I mean, that's just too long to have a car loan for. Now, I get people wanting to have the lowest payments, you know, each month, but when you're stretching something out that far, the interest rate's going to kill you over time. Now, I know a lot of studies saying like how the transportation costs come out to like 20 to 30% of your overall, you know, monthly income. The percentage of your overall household income is literally tied to your transportation. And when your transportation is almost just as much as your rent, which if you factor in things like transportation costs that you're not thinking, fuel, insurance, maintenance, these things add up. This is for something that's literally going to sit outside and only go down in value.
You're making $30,000 a year, you're driving a $17,000 car. Well, that's just nuts. That's just nuts.
Yeah, now normally I don't agree with Dave Ramsey's takes on credit, but he's completely right when it comes to a car. People spend too much money on these things and they only go down in value. I'm going to keep saying it, and I just said it again. These car values only go down the moment you drive it off the lot. And if you were literally trying to return that car back to the same dealer that you bought it from, they'd probably offer you like 20% less than you bought it for, which goes to show that these cars are just rust buckets outside.
If you bought your car at a dealership and you financed it like through a bank, you got an interest rate, all that, APR. This is why it's so important to refinance your car. If you bought it from a dealership, you most likely got screwed over and did not give the best rate that you could have gotten. This is what they told me, that this was the best rate that they were able to give me. They said the best rate that I'm able to get, well, at that point that I bought my car, was 19% APR. And my car payment, I think, is for 72 months, so 6 years. $536 a month is what I'm paying right now. My estimated interest rate after I pay off my car, if I pay it off in 6 years, I will have paid $15,762 just in interest. That's basically double what I'm even paying for my car. Then I found out about refinancing. I can literally refinance for 6.64%. That's a third of the...
Now, that's literally how much interest plays a part into what your auto loan is going to be. And of course, the dealer always wants you to finance with them. They're likely going to give you the worst rates, which if you can, get an auto loan pre-approved through your credit union or whatever service you're banking through that offers the loan, and get it pre-approved before you go to the dealer, because at that point you already know what you're going to be paying in the event you get a car for whatever your pre-approved loan amount is. And literally having a lower interest rate can completely change the overall breakdown of your loan, because remember, if you go to the dealer, they're going to offer you probably 3% on top of whatever the bank will offer you, and that could equate to easily $10,000 over the lifespan of your loan. Now, at the end of the day, just make sure you get something that's functional and based on your needs. You can go used. You can go 2016 Honda Accord status, because those cars still last. They're mass manufactured. So if you go and get something, you know, some maintenance part replaced, it's easily done because almost all of these cars share the same parts. But let me know what you think down in the comments. I personally only see cars as liabilities. They only sit outside and collect rust and go down in value, but people are still out here buying overpriced cars.